Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. As usual, please like and subscribe if you like the content. Please check out any of my other videos. And let's get into this. So, I have said for years Star Wars belongs only on the silver screen, and the film should be a rare occasion. A prime example of this is the hype about Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. Years had passed from the original trilogy, and people were so amped up that some people camped for days outside theaters to make sure they got a ticket for opening night. You contrast that to The Rise of Skywalker, where I walked in opening night no problem. And if you're interested, check out my video about those two experiences. That doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm saying today, except for the fact that I think that it should remain only on the silver screen, and the movies have to be taken very, very good care of to make sure that the hype stays intact. Now, TV shows don't come with this level of hype, and that's just the way it is, and writers attempt to create that hype through new and amazing things happening to or through beloved characters from the films. Now, with Star Wars having shows taking place in time frames between films, this can potentially create a big problem, and this is where we get to Darth Vader. And in this video, I will focus on the Obi-Wan Kenobi depiction of Darth Vader, as in the Obi-Wan TV show. In this show, Darth Vader is a contradiction of himself in both the OT and in the show itself. Within the show, we are given a prime example. In his first duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Vader lights some sort of material on fire. He then picks up Obi-Wan Kenobi and drags him through the fire to punish him for what Kenobi did to him when they fought on Mustafar in the movie Revenge of the Sith. Vader then appears to put the fire out using the Force as his hand waves. At this point, we expect Obi-Wan to be arrested, but another character, Tala, reignites the fire with a blaster shot. Then, for reasons no one could name, Darth Vader is rendered helpless. He doesn't pull Obi-Wan over to himself with the Force, he just used to put Obi-Wan in the fire. He doesn't send in troopers to get him. He simply stands there and allows Obi-Wan Kenobi to be rescued by a very slow-moving loader droid. This scene creates problems. One is that Vader was built up both in the show and in the original trilogy as being extremely keen on finding and or destroying his old master. So why would he be so nonchalant about Kenobi being allowed to escape? He literally does nothing, simply because of a small fire that he himself originally lit. Secondly, Obi-Wan's escape simply can't happen after we see Vader pick up Kenobi and carry him around in the Force. In this same scene. He should have had no problem simply picking him up with the Force again and bringing him to himself. Thirdly, where was this in the original trilogy? Why didn't Vader pick up Obi-Wan in A New Hope? He was clearly more powerful in their duel. So we are now left with this massive question that simply cannot be answered adequately. And the writers either knew this and didn't care, or they didn't care enough to even think of this. Either way, that's very, very bad. Another miscue was Darth Vader stopping the decoy ship from flying away with Obi-Wan and Leia in it. Let's not forget Obi-Wan somehow knowing he needed a decoy ship in the first place. But if Darth Vader can stop ships using the Force in the Kenobi show, why did he allow the Millennium Falcon to escape from Hoth 13 years later? He was certainly at least as powerful then as he was 13 years previous. This also is a slight on his character arc, as he certainly wasn't forgiving in Empire Strikes Back. He wouldn't just let them leave like that without even trying to stop them. In fact, he also forgives Reva for allowing Obi-Wan to escape the Tower Inquisitorius. This is not how Darth Vader behaves at all. When people make mistakes, he kills them. He was even going to kill his apprentice Ahsoka, who clearly cared about him very deeply. He was always cold-blooded from the moment he was under the Emperor's wing. He didn't hesitate to kill kids. He killed his officers at the drop of a hat for mundane mistakes, but somehow he allows Reva to live, after allowing his main rival and his obsession, apparently, to be left alive and escape. So it doesn't really make much sense, does it? The writers also blatantly copied the scene with Vader's shattered mask from Clone Wars, where he literally says the same line of, "I destroyed Anakin Skywalker," to Ahsoka. This is bad writing. Much more could be said about how the character of Darth Vader has been completely mismanaged in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but these points alone have created a massive problem for hardcore fans that demand continuity and lore common progression. Yes, the scenes look neat, they have cool visuals, albeit they do look somewhat low budget in my opinion. But the more important thing here is to keep the writing continuous and make sense, and it simply doesn't anymore, and Darth Vader just simply doesn't make sense. If you watch the show, or you watch Star Wars in general now, in its order, not in the order that it was released, but in its actual order of story progression, we have some major, major problems now with Darth Vader, and he just simply contradicts himself and doesn't make any sense. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.